Yeah, so how can I help you today then, my friend?
All right. So basically, what happened? Um, I was looking forward to do something alternatively to my work,
Hmm.
and I was, I have it in my mind about the properties, you know what I mean? Yeah, like
Sure.
long time, it was built it up.
Yeah, yeah, of
But
course.
when I see your shorts, your videos, the way you talk, it's just literally like shit, man. It's just switch on the light in the room. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm like, this
yeah.
is this is quite is a quite good system. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, and
Hmm.
so basically what happened, because obviously because of my job, I have a lot of freedom. I can basically do whatever I want. You know what I mean?
Yes,
And
yes.
because of that, I was thinking to start doing properties on site as well.
Hmm.
And so what I want to do, I was thinking to start in Crawley. Like I was thinking
Yep,
about my area,
yep.
as a Crawley because of the airport. And all of that is a lot of the guys who you guys targeting, like key workers and people who
Contractors
working
and
Gatwick,
yeah,
the contractors. Yeah, they don't want to really have like headache. They just wanted something quick.
exactly,
Rent something quick. You know what I mean? Yeah.
exactly.
So that's why I booked this call with you just to roughly find out how is the things looks like.
Yeah,
And if you don't mind, I have a couple questions which I'm writing down, which I would love to ask you if that's possible.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
One
Of,
second, one second.
of
Sorry, I
course.
don't know if you can. I don't know if you can see me now, but are you can hear me, yeah?
I can hear you loud and clear. I can see you as well.
All right, that's cool. All right, so my first question, yeah, is like, do you have any active student in my arena, like Crawley, Brighton, or Worthing?
I have students in Croydon. I haven't got any students
But
down in Crawley or Worthing, or Brighton, but I do have students in Croydon that are doing very well. South Croydon,
all
Sanderstead,
right,
Purley, those sorts of areas as well. We have recently onboarded someone who's in Red Hill,
okay,
so that's not too far, but no one in your specific area, no.
okay. So that's good. I like that. So because if you will have a couple students already in Crawley, then I will feel like, okay, so this guy's probably working hard, already here, so it can be a little bit difficult, you know what I mean?
You could be
But
one of
that's
the, you
that's
could
that.
want to be, you could dominate the patch. That could be your area, you know?
Of course, yeah. You never say never, obviously,
Yeah,
is everything is a way of thinking.
of
And
course.
so my second question is how you getting tenants in general? Like how do you literally targeting them? Like them? How because this is one of my concerns. Like, I'm not thinking like obviously I know it's a lot of work. Like some people ask, it's like people ask people, this one I can understand because in
Hmm.
my previous job, that's how we used to recommend the landlord. Usually, everyone who was coming to my previous job and like from Poland or whatever, and
Hmm.
they're looking for room. They usually they get room from recommendations. But
Hmm.
how do you think we can get to the people who we literally needed in these houses? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've got a few tricks up our sleeve, but mainly it's marketing, lots of different ways we can do marketing. We put boards up, posters in shop windows, news boards. There's many different ways online as well, lots of emails. It's mainly different marketing techniques that we use to find these people. And then we do start to get recommendations as well. Um, we've even used Facebook in the past to find people, many different ways. But ultimately, once you build the accommodation and you take some good pictures and videos and you market it properly on the correct platforms where these types of people look for the accommodation, then they'll come to you most of the time, 9 times out of 10.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah. Like hold on, sorry.
We
Uh,
do also go and do like leaflet drops as well. Like we'll go into the local power plant, Amazon depot, go into the hospitals, put some leaflets up on the notice boards. We do a lot of different ways.
uh-huh. So you get that system already in place, and you literally you just pass it to another students, and
Yeah.
you say then
You
nine of
copy,
ten they are successful. Yeah.
yeah, you copy me. basically. Everything I'm doing
Okay.
today, you do the same thing, and I make sure you do the same that I'm doing.
All right. How long then normally, how long the normal student, yeah, is
Yeah,
taken to learn all of that, like in, in general, like
yeah,
roughly, you know what I mean?
yeah, of course. So we encourage people to put 2 hours in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Those 2 hours can consist of calling agents, calling landlords, maybe going on some viewings, improving your landing page and marketing materials. These are all things that we help you with and we show you how to do. But if someone's putting 2 hours in a day, then the average cycle for each client is normally it takes between 1 month and 6 weeks to learn the curriculum and learn all the
Okay.
information and then it takes another month or so to digest it and really understand it like really well. Some people are quicker, some people not as quick. And then once you've learned it and you understand it, then you have to implement it. So it's a case of going on the viewings and then normally it takes around 30 messages. You might book around 10 viewings. You might make 4 offers to landlords and you'll get one yes out of those four. Those are roughly the
Hmm.
numbers that we're getting at the moment. And that process normally takes between 3 months to 6 months. Somewhere in between there normally is the average. Obviously, some people quicker,
Okay.
but generally speaking, once you've been working with me for that amount of time, you're going to be one of the better renters in the UK, I'd imagine. So
Okay.
it depends how quickly you work, my friend.
Okay. Tell me like so I have to open my LTD company, yeah?
Yes,
And did you guys have any give any help with that?
of
Like how to
course.
deal with all of that?
Of course, that's the first module. So module one is setting up your business properly. So limited company, we show you how to set up a landing page, which is very straightforward. You basically copy my landing page and you paraphrase the text. So you just change the text slightly so that it is a little bit different, but ultimately it's the same text that I have on my landing page. We set you up a limited company, which is very easy to do. We show you how to do that. Once you've done those few steps, you need to get insurance. You need to be part of the PRS, which is a property redress scheme, which is just like a rubber stamp on your business to say that you are legitimate.
Okay.
These things are small costs, like £100 for the whole year, £150 for a whole year membership. Once you set those things up, business bank account as well. Sometimes that can
Okay.
take a week, a couple of weeks, depending on the bank. If sometimes they can be a bit long with it, but generally speaking, it normally takes around 2 weeks to get yourself set up. Once we've done that, then we move on to module two and module three, which is more finding an area, choosing an area, and then actually sending messages out and working on what we're saying, how we're saying it, fine tuning the pitch. And as I said, once you speak to 10 landlords and you make 4 offers, you're going to get your first deal. It's just a case of improving, fine tuning, and doing the work necessary.
Hmm. Hmm. All right. All right. That sounds good. Tell me, what do you think about in general in this area? Because I was thinking about Crawley and going down to south, kind of like a Brighton way, a
Yeah,
little bit of Worthing,
yeah.
What
I
do you
like
think
that.
about
I
this
think
area?
those
It has
areas are,
potential.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I think even like anywhere within 20 minutes of Gatwick, half an hour from Gatwick's got potential as well because you're going to get a lot of staff that need temporary accommodation. Some people don't always want to stay in a hotel. Some people would prefer to stay in a 2, 3, 4 bedroom house if there's 3 or 4 staff members for eight
Hmm.
weeks, 12 weeks, 16 weeks. And they will happily pay a premium for that. So I think those areas are good. There's also quite a few developments happening in those areas. I'm sure there's things being built, and when there's
Oh yeah, a lot, brother. I
exactly,
tell you something,
yeah.
a lot.
And oftentimes what happens is in the UK because not a lot of the younger people learn a trade anymore. A lot of them are using their phones on TikTok now. They don't go
Hmm.
and learn
Yeah.
trades. Yeah. So oftentimes in UK they call in people from Poland, Italy, different countries to come and do the work. And
Hmm.
oftentimes they can't get accommodation because they're not based in the UK. So if they go to an estate agent, the estate agent would prefer to work with someone who's based in the UK, and someone who wants a 12-month tenancy normally. So if you find a 3-bed house and you furnish it, and you rent it with all the bills included to a group of 3 contractors per week, per night, whichever you prefer, then those people are going to pay a premium for that because they haven't really got any other option other than going and living in a hotel, which can become quite expensive over
Oh yeah, yeah.
time. So I think those areas are good. Worthing, those areas that have the attraction for staycation as well as working people. So like Brighton and places like that, people go there for holiday, don't they? They go there for a break. But then there's also working people that go there to work, to develop things. So I think those areas that you mentioned could be really good for rent to rent.
Okay, okay, yeah. No, I think the same, if I must be honest. Yeah, I was doing some research about properties in these areas. Yeah, and
Yeah.
like in Brighton, I find couple 5 beds, but
Yeah.
I was looking only on this website. How you call it, property to land or something like that.
Yeah.
One of those websites. Yeah,
Yep.
so I find one. I find couple in Brighton. I find only one actually in Crawley, 4 bed, which I think it will match criteria because it's quite cheap and it looks like you want to have some tiny job done
Yeah.
just to make it perfect. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of that, it's a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
And the working you can also find. But if I must be honest with you, there's not too many houses like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
4 or 5 bed.
Yeah.
How do you guys find those houses? You know what I mean?
Well, there's HMO houses, which are houses of multiple occupation. So, houses that are set up as to be rented by the room for multiple people.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
was reading about that. HMO is like kind of
yeah,
like a license, yeah, for the
exactly. Yeah,
multiple occupation, yeah.
exactly. And most councils they have a list of licensed HMO properties on their website somewhere.
Mm.
But
All
oftentimes you have
right.
to you
Okay.
have to ask them a certain email that we send, and they normally send the register to you. But sometimes you have to pay. Like some students have paid £50, some people pay £100. It used to be free when I first started, but now the council have worked out how to make some money from it,
They,
right?
they always
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly
there's
this.
nothing free those days, my friend. You know
Nothing. Exactly. So,
what I
but
mean?
once you have the list, then those people you have hundreds of addresses of your ideal customer, the person that you want to be serving. So it's a case of sending letters to those people. We've got quite a few different letters that we're using at the moment. We normally send around 400 every quarter. So every few months, we send around 400 letters.
Like physical letters,
Physical
yeah, like
letters,
a
yeah,
physical.
literally, yeah. So
All right.
they turn up through their letterbox. And you have to remember those types of landlords, they're in their 50s, 60s. They like to read their letters and sit at a table, have their
Yeah,
coffee,
yeah, yeah. They're old fashioned. Yeah,
Of
they're old
course.
fashioned.
So
Yeah.
so they see the letter and they think, oh, okay, this sounds good. Let me give this person a call or email them. And then we get them on the phone. And that's when we start to offer our service. We'll then go and do a viewing, and try and meet them and build some sort of relationship with them, a bit of a rapport, get them to trust us. And then that's when we'll make our offer from there.
Mm. You see, that's why I think in your program is quite good. Yeah. Because
Hmm.
you're really targeting this human feelings, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah.
building relation with landlords. I
Yeah.
remember I used to live in one house, and I have such a good relation with landlord, and
Yeah.
he tell me always, whatever you wanna, you come back. If my house is free, I rent it to you
Yeah.
straight away. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Maybe they have a portfolio of 4 or 5 different properties and they maybe have already built their wealth over the last 20, 30 years. And they're more interested in spending time with their family and having hands off with the properties, passive
Yeah.
income, right? They're not trying to make every penny out of the property. They're more concerned with the freedom and the passive income with no hassle. So if
Mm.
you can offer that to them and you can show that you're trustworthy and you have integrity, then they're going to want to work with you, right? They're going to want to give you all the responsibility and give you the keys, and they just want a consistent income coming in every month without even going to the property or having to deal with any tenants. That's
Mm.
basically what they want. So if you can present that to enough landlords, it's only a matter of time before one of them says yes.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. So you always, when you find a property, you always
Mhm.
doing your math. Yeah. You're always doing your
Yep.
calculations. Yeah.
Yep.
And then so in this case, you know how much you have to spend and
Yep.
how much you have to gain to relatively to make profit. You have all this in place. Yeah. Like
All
everything
of
is in
that's in
place. Yeah.
place. Yeah, I have certain numbers that don't go below. 600 profit is minimum. I don't go below that. If I can't see that clearly, then I would say to you, we don't take this one. We go and find another one.
Mm. Okay.
Just because my
All right.
experience has showed me that, it's nice to have at least 600 so that there's a bit of room for error.
1,600 is nice.
Well, we have some that are making £2,000, big blocks of ten
I
flats all
saw I
together.
saw this one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw. My
Yeah.
God, how you
Um,
find this,
well,
man?
we find that
Jesus.
we wrote, well, funnily enough, we sent him a letter. That was a letter that we sent him.
Mm.
And he had
Oh,
DSS tenants in there, like people on benefits.
oh. So probably when he see that letter, he jumps.
He
Like
jumped, yes,
yes,
yeah,
finally,
yes,
finally.
literally, literally, yes. And he
Yeah,
has
because
he has other properties, and this was his worst performing one because he had DSS
mm,
tenants in there. So they're looking for you just as much as we're looking for them.
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. And what I how I understand that, I understand like those houses are not easy to rent. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah,
in most occasion they empty or or they have they didn't make enough money of those
yeah,
houses,
yeah,
already they're
yeah,
already pissed off, they're tired,
yeah.
because like I say, if you look in the websites, there is not too many houses for bed, you know
No,
what I mean? Yeah,
yeah,
like it's hard to find one, yeah.
yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
yeah, that sounds good. It's good, you know what I mean? Yeah. No, so far, so far I love it, yeah. Seriously. I would like to join it, yeah, if I must be honest. If I must be honest with you, we can take it, from here. We can take it from there,
Yeah,
The first video I saw of yours, it
yeah,
was buy to rent.
yes,
When you put numbers from buy to rent, I was like,
yes.
I look at it, I say, bloody hell, you know what I mean? Yeah, that makes sense, like
Yeah, yeah,
seriously, and
yeah,
the way when the two houses are making money for third one,
yeah,
that's that I say, okay, this is something. And then I was checking, and yeah, when it comes up this rent to rent, I say, you know what? Let's start from this rent to rent, see,
yeah,
and then build the portfolio, and then
yeah,
buy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
makes
so
sense.
so that will be my target. So that
Yeah.
will be my target.
Well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So far, brother, I love it. Yeah, seriously. I love our concept and everything, and
good,
I will love to join it. Yeah.
good, good. Well, I think I can definitely help you, and that was my story. I didn't have enough to buy property in the beginning, but I used rent to rent to build up my deposits, and then I start to buy, and then it starts to compound from there.